Hello, Jackets, and happy homecoming. I'm Jacobi Williams.
And I'm Janiyah Rucker.
We have officially been in school for 1 month after a 5-month hiatus due to COVID quarantine.
We have definitely had to figure out how to do things in new ways.
Yes, Janiyah, and this news show is one of them. For you at home, this is not our normal type of show. Some of our news team are at home and going back and forth with quarantine.
We created this show by using only our individual cell phones and special personal microphones purchased to keep us from sharing as much technology as we normally do.
So please forgive us for any faux pas.
Yes, because this show is nothing short of a miracle.
Coming up, everything versus COVID.
We'll be back after this. First, let's take a look at our online learners.
Over half of Wynn High School students have gone hybrid, which means they chose to do their schooling online.
Many at-school learners have been wondering, what is it like to do online learning? Today, we have a couple of students and teachers expressing their thoughts on the situation.
Virtual learning, I believe, is affecting my everyday life by preparing the students for college, because when you get to college, everything is more online. So it's kind of making me have to time manage myself and look online as well as what I'm doing in class and try to make both of them merge together.
I like virtual learning because I can sit in my pajamas all day and get some extra help from my parents if I need it.
I don't like online school because I cannot see my annoying friends.
Well, it can be very time-consuming and challenging because I do work from home. I also have a 1-year-old at home, and so between taking care of the 1-year-old and having to stop and help with lesson plans and then double-checking the answers on questions and helping to, find and follow directions, it can take up a lot of my time.
Being a virtual student is better because I can do my work at my own time and I can get it done a lot quicker.
Many students who have came back from virtual learning's grades have improved.
They improved quite a bit from being here versus being at home. At home it was hard to get everything situated with Canvas because I wasn't introduced to it. I was just kind of thrown in there, and so it was hard trying to figure everything out without any help.
I would probably end up going to school because I want to see my friends and I want to be in the classroom because I'm not the best at staying focused on the computer when I'm at home.
The things I don't like is I get distracted easily and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing.
The weaknesses would be the face-to-face learners that likes to learn face-to-face. I believe that's a big weakness right now for virtual learning.
Many students enjoy online learning because of the freedom it gives them. They can eat and use the bathroom without having to ask a teacher's permission.
The face of school as we know it has changed for now. Edie Myers, Jacket Action News.
Online learning will never be possible without Chromebooks.
Before the world was created, there was an island floating in the sky where sky people lived.
An essential tool for success in education this year, the Chromebooks.
What are the benefits of having the Chromebooks?
We can catch up with our work and stuff at home if we don't get to something in class.
Okay. And how much does the Chromebooks benefit you at home to do schoolwork?
It motivates me more because I know exactly what to do inside of our lessons.
Okay. How much does it help having a Chromebook at school to do your schoolwork?
Personally, I think having a Chromebook at home comes with a lot of responsibility, so it's going to teach us more and you have more of a chance to get all your work done.
And also, what are the benefits for students to have their own Chromebooks?
You can work on your time and you're not rushed, so you're not going through all the stress that you usually would be.
What do you think is easier, to go virtual
or do your work from school?
I think it's easier to do your work from school because you can actually ask the instructor questions about what you need and if you need help with anything.
ROTC, look on the Chromebooks.
The instructors will record themselves doing drill, and then we'll record ourselves doing it and turn it in.
And in the words of Steve Jobs, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. Austin Boone, Jacket Action News.
Let's find out how the journalism department has handled the new changes.
Okay, girl, I gotta show you what to do. So I'm gonna grab, oh, okay, I can't touch your mouse, so you're gonna have to do this. All right, I need you to, all right, we just airdrop that thing, so get out of this. And minimize that. I'm trying not to touch your computer.
Maybe you and me are gonna get over here. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, we're gonna take a picture of that guy. See what I'm saying? Look.
WIN's journalism department continues to strive despite the COVID change.
With COVID this year, it's been a little bit difficult in yearbook class. We've been going out to sell ads, but with students in quarantine, it's very difficult for them. So some of them have been making phone calls to businesses, and luckily we have a really supportive community. So our community has been buying ads, and we've been getting the yearbook ready for everybody.
We have all the old footage of everybody from last year, but we have a whole new staff, basically.
I'd say being in both classes and doing virtual has really been hard this year. Because being virtual and being in both classes, you still connect with your teachers and some people through virtual learning, but at the same time, it's better to be in person because those classes require more of in person, like going to take pictures or going to broadcast a game, go video a game. Just being able to do stuff in person, do interviews, be able to interact with your classmates, and do different stuff throughout the whole journalism department, really, where it could require you to do certain things that you need to be there in person for, is more difficult to do virtually.
That are basically completed. And for sports, we got volleyball, tennis, and golf. And what about your athletic story? We got that?
Yeah, we'll be in tomorrow.
Some changes though. This year, we all got together. We found an app for our phones that we really liked. We were able to put these news packages together, and we decided we were going to use our cell phones because just about everybody in class had an iPhone. And then with the vocational money that we had, we were able to buy everybody these microphones, their own microphones. We bought everybody their own microphones so that we would not have to, so many people would not have to touch the different things, and so they could keep them as clean as possible.
Though COVID brings its challenges, the journalism departments try to continue with innovative ideas for success. Amira Kalines, Jacket Action News.
According to the CDC, singing dangerous in this pandemic due to the need to inhale and exhale deeply.
Holy Jesus, praise his name.
CDC rules for COVID have changed choir rehearsals for now.
To be 6 feet apart at all times, we have to wear masks, singing or non-singing. We can only rehearse like here in the auditorium for 30 minutes, and then we have to go somewhere else.
The most frustrating part about wearing a mask in choir, having to worry about it falling off and then steadily having to put it back on when singing. And then it gets really, really hot, really easy.
Students at school aren't the only ones struggling with this transition.
It's difficult because you're used to hearing everyone else and trying to combine your voice with them, but it's very difficult because you don't have that when you're at home.
But do they still enjoy it?
It definitely is still enjoyable. I love the atmosphere of the people singing around me and everything that we still are able to do. There are still a lot of disappointments that go on this year.
Since they have to move locations every 20 minutes, they don't get as much rehearsal time.
It's been moving slower this year than I would have imagined it would going into this year, and but I still really enjoy it, and I think that it's been great, and I can't wait to have the rest of the year with these people.
Choir may fall into the background at times, but they will always find a way to make music.
We'll be back after this.
Coming up, sports.
This pandemic has taken away a few things we enjoy around the globe. One of the main struggles, sports, but they're back. In July, CDC ruled sports could practice with new COVID regulations. Beginning in September, we, as a world, began enjoying sports once again. Right now, we not only suffer from the mask, but fan participation. Here's a comment from Athletic Director Coach Chad Mitchell about how the CDC fan capacity rules affects athletes.
This year, obviously, with COVID, we've had to have different rules and regulations on fan capacity. With AAA coming down, at first it was 33%, and now it's at 66% of fan capacity. But if you look at it on our aspect, with the rules stating that every row has to be closed, every other row has to be closed, you're looking at 50% right off the top that has to be gone, and then you're looking at every other 6 feet apart. So as we calculated our fan capacity on the football stadium, you're looking probably around about 42% that we can run, which has allowed us to have 200 visiting tickets and then 600 home tickets each week. And so that's a big hit for us, fan capacity. We feel that there's going to be more fans that want to come out and watch. But with the restrictions that we have to abide by AAA, that's all we can get is 600 and 200 for a total of 800 people in the stadium. In the volleyball side of it, or the arena, we're looking around 250 total capacity. We have to make sure that the kids are separated, the athletes on the sideline, so that's pushed back our seating on the west side. And we have to have places for the athletes to sit before games, after games. So we've had to close off the west side entirely for that. So that's pushed our numbers down to about 200 to 250 on the east side of the arena. So it definitely has cost the district a definite reduction in fan base. But hey, it is what it is. We do our best we can, and hopefully things will get better.
Chris Smiley has more on the struggle with athletics.
With COVID-19 spreading across the world, sports doesn't look like what it used to. But the athletic department has done a lot to change with the ever-changing world.
So all summer long since June, we've had to check everybody's temperatures every day before they could even come into the gym. We had to ask them a series of questions, making sure they were healthy. At first we were having to, if they were going to certain places, like out of state, there was talk that we were going to have to quarantine them no matter what. All summer long we've had to make adjustments as far as cleaning and sanitizing, and at first it was only supposed to be individual practice, so we couldn't do anything team sport. It just had to be one girl could only touch one ball, and that was their ball for the whole summer. And so that was pretty much, I'd say, the first 3 or 4 weeks of season. Whenever normally we would be in here just going full speed, all out, we would be in here doing things where, okay, well, you can only have this one individual ball. And so that's really the biggest adjustment, is learning how to set up a practice and to run an efficient practice when they can only do one thing with one ball at a time.
Staying focused along with great leadership have become key components in players keeping their heads up throughout this season.
It affected us because it gives us a great mindset to go out there and win. We've been focusing harder on leadership, enthusiasm during practice, and we've been gelling together quicker than we have the past few years.
Due to COVID-19, players and coaches alike had to make adjustments to how they practice, preparing for games, and going into conference.
The big adjustment was that when COVID hit, we had to be social distance with each other. Last year, we all about a team. We all got to get close together and stuff. We can practice, we can target people, we can do each drill. It changed a lot of drills and stuff when the COVID hit.
Despite the changes, Wynn has found a way to persevere and keep fighting forward through conference and the seasons. I'm Chris Smiley with Jacket Action News.
COVID had adverse effects with big sports, but what about small sports like golf and tennis?
This year, COVID changes everything.
affecting the rules, the player, and the sport as a whole. Today, I take a dive into 2 individual sports to see how this year changes from the last. COVID causes changes in these 2 small sports, making a difference in the competitor.
And it kind of changes the way I play with the flags being in, because when I'm putting, it can hit the pole sometimes and come back out, and normally it would have just gone in the hole, so it kind of changes my score and makes it go higher.
With everything going on, the atmosphere of golf and tennis have some minor changes.
With golf being an outside sport, it really doesn't change anything, so we don't have to wear masks during our matches or anything. We just kind of social distance, and we can't pull the flag out when we're putting, so we just leave it in. But other than that, nothing really changes.
Not really that much, because tennis is court to court. There's not much like interaction between player to player, so nothing's really changed that much.
Last year I had a lot of kids come out and try tennis for the first time. This year we weren't able to get started as early, and so enthusiasm was down for just trying tennis in general. So we're going to try to recoup from that next year and hopefully go into the summer with a lot more in the numbers category.
Social distance, an obstacle for helping. The WIN community strive to move around it.
Like the radio station, they're always the first to want to know our scores, to announce them the next morning and throughout the day.
The community support here in WIN has been great since I started. Conversations that have taken place outside of just school tennis about what WIN would like to do with tennis in general. We have our kids get fed by parents and community members and stuff like that, so that's a huge help for us. It's one less thing that coaches have to worry about, and WIN has been great as far as helping tennis and wanting to grow tennis here in WIN.
COVID took a toll on everything around us, but with hope and following guidelines, we can go back to normal. Remember to wear your mask and stay 6 feet apart. I'm Spencer Parker. With Jacket, Action News.
With COVID, communication became the ultimate barrier in society. But with volleyball, they always make adjustments in communication.
Communication, respect, and trust drive all teams to succeed. The Lady Jackets gel together in this fall COVID season.
The most important part of teamwork involves consistency and trust.
I think that all of us, we've all been really playing together since we were in 7th grade, 8th grade, and just all of us being together every day and working out together and everybody lifting each other up makes everybody closer.
Just good communication. We all bond together as just one. So we usually, like, when we're down, we all have each other, like, to build ourselves up or build each other up. And we have just a lot of energy on the team, so it helps us.
Though communication pushes the ladies to success, they remain hungry for improvement.
Without communication, you don't really know what to do on the court.
For success in volleyball, never assume that everyone has the same information at any given time.
You know, we said from day one, whether we have a season or not, we're working towards the next game that we get to play. And I think, honestly, having to deal with all this stuff has kind of made them come together as a team, and having to play positions that they're not normally used to, or playing here one night and here the next, or somebody might not have played for 4 or 5 games and they just get thrown in there. It kind of forces them to build some chemistry and build some bonding quickly. So yeah, I would definitely say that has made them a lot closer and made them gel on the court, kind of just playing through whatever we have to throw at them.
The Lady Jackets come into this homecoming week with a record of 7-6. Charlene Van Pelt, Jacket, Action News.
Back to Jacobi and Janiyah.
I'll be showing you how to wash your hands with only 3 simple steps to use. Step 1, rinse your hands with water. Step 2, scrub your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds.
Hi, I'm Adriana
from Jacket Action News, coming to you with the top 5 TikToks of WHS. Did you make the list? First on the list, at number 5, we have Jetty Yates with Andy's Toys at Jetty Yates. That doesn't make you want to do the mannequin challenge? I don't know what will. Coming in at number 4, we have Connor Lynch with DIY PJs at Connor Joan Lynch.
The pants off and put both legs into one side. Now take the unused pant leg, scrunch it up, and slide your head through. Whoa, super stylish for PJ.
Whoa, nice PJs, Connor. At number 3, we have Miss Andrews, My Type, at Coach_Sheila.
That's my type.
That's my type. That's my type. Miss Andrews, that was a pretty good TikTok. Coming in at number 2, we have Jacobi Williams with Thanksgiving at J. Will Zhao.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat.
Now hitting the number 1 spot, drum roll please. At number 1, we have Mr. Peoples with Choir Confusion at Markel 518.
I don't know this song. No, you. Okay, sorry, slow. It's the D to the. It is slow. That is slow. It goes. It's the D-R-E.
Oh yeah. Amazing job, Mr. Peoples. Well, WHS, that was your top 5 TikToks. I'm Adriana Parra, signing off with Jacket Action News.
Tonight, our Jackets face off against Greene County Tech.
So show up to support us at the game.
Or go to deltaswarm.com and watch it live for a fee of $7.
The festivities start at 6:30.
That's all we have for today.
I'm Janiyah Rucker.
I'm Jacobi Williams with Jacket Action News.
Chris, I had to find the Chris, restart it. I had to find the right pose.
Jacket Action News. No. Oh shoot. Rolling tape in 5, 4.
Back to.
Hello, Jacket.
What you looking at me for?
I'm Spencer Parker. With Jack.
Homecoming. I'm Jacobi Williams.
And I'm Janiyah Rucker.
We have officially. Come on. Hello, Jack. Hello, Jackets, and happy homecoming. I'm Janiyah. I don't have that information. Oh! Okay.